Welcome to Catfish Weekly along with James Smith. I'm Lyle Stokes. And James, we got a crowd in here tonight. I guess people like to talk about channel cats.
I love them.
Me too, man. They're one of my favorites, and we're getting ready to make a trip up north. But before we start talking about that, I've got a results from a tournament trail I want to go through. But what do you say we knock off some people that are in chat for us tonight?
Works for me.
All right, we got Avid Catfish and Catfish and Crappie. There's Mark, Maurice Kaysen, Buckeye Catfishing, Ernie Brown, and I'm sure Chrissy is in here. Wayne Smith, Philip Williams, Fishing with the Chad, my buddy. Dale Hayslip.
Eddie Collins, Jay Fox Hunter, the Cross family.
Did I say Avid?
Cross. Yes, sir, you did.
Okay. I want to find Avid. Before we go on, I noticed and was told about something. I went back and checked it today, and Avid said something very kind and touching to my heart last night on another show he was on. He was on with Kevin, and I couldn't watch the show live, but I went back this morning and watched it. And Avid, I appreciate what you guys said last night. It means a lot to me coming from you all. So thank you.
I haven't got a chance to watch it yet. So. See, Uncle Lou, Avid's a nice guy, man. He's done a lot for a lot of people and reaches out and help people out and donate stuff to them. And
yep, sure has. Mike Irwin, Katie Collins.
There's Chrissy in there. Mindy Hogan with Uncle Lou. Who else?
Creole Catfishing.
Philip Williams, Wayne Smith, David Funk,
Brad
Cottle, Hammock.
David Funk. If you guys haven't checked out his Facebook page, please do so. He is an hilarious guy. He does a lot of good stuff for the sport of catfishing. He's a lot of fun to be around, and some of his posts will grab you right up and bite you. So he's a great guy, and y'all need to check him out if you haven't already.
There's my buddy Freddie's Outdoor. You get to see him. He'll show you catfishing, camping, and a little gold mining on his page.
That's pretty cool. John Patrick Jr.
Brad's in the house. You done said Dale Jr.
Philip Williams.
Scanning down.
There's Chrissy Brown. I knew she'd be in here.
JP3. Weekend Angler, Mr. Gadget, Buckeye, and Mad Catter.
Josh and his lovely wife, Christina, will be making the trek to Madison, Wisconsin this week.
Mr. Palmetto just come in.
Welcome, Kevin. Jay Fox Hunter. Like we said, Creole and Katie. That's about all I see for now. I'm sure there'll be some more, and we
Melhorn, Mr. Melhorn. There's Glenn's Outdoors. David Martin.
Both of those guys in here. It's always a pleasure with Dieter. And, man, there's been some pretty good defense and finds. Mr. Gadget, there's been some pretty good videos coming out of your waters out there this last week or so. Glenn has put out a really good one. And,
yes.
I enjoyed the one with him and his wife immensely. I don't know that I've ever seen him take his wife on a video fishing trip before. I thought it was very well done. And,
Mr. Lyle, we got Team Wampus Cat in here. Justin, you on your freaking honeymoon. What are you doing watching Catfish Weekly? Everybody, Justin just got married Saturday night. We're going to give you a hands up, buddy.
Heck yeah, congratulations, man. Thanks so much for watching, but you ought to be thinking about other things.
It was really beautiful.
Welcome, Ray. Yeah, that's awesome. I knew it was coming up. I wasn't sure when it was. Sam Martin.
2 stanzas in the house.
Had a good show Sunday morning.
Yep. Oh, Lord have mercy.
D is in the house.
Yeah, Miss D.
Now
it was an honor meeting both of them.
Oh,
she's napping. Flight wore her out.
She is definitely the better part of that family. I have to say, although I kind of like Chad too, but she's the better part of that. It's kind of like the Dockery family. We all know but Katie is the better part of that. And by the way, James Dockery was in chat before this show started.
Right.
So I'm thinking he's sneaking in and watching on down low.
Yeah, Mr. Proctor's in the house.
Always.
You know, we getting ready to talk about catfish law, but you know, that rascal catches some good cats down here in the South too.
Yes, he does.
His video the other day, he had caught some freaking good channels.
Yes, he does. He catches some great fish, and he helps a lot of people catch fish. Sometimes you have to watch real close, but he's either taking somebody out or showing somebody how to do something, whether it be using his planer boards or your floats. He's always showing somebody a new way. Maybe it's a better way, maybe it's not, but if they want to know, he'll explain anything to them, man. It takes a great fisherman to do that consistently with other people. So,
right. Yeah, you're right. He does try to go into some detail, and he told me, he said, sometimes I forget to explain this or forget to explain that, but usually he'll cover it in one of the next videos.
Right.
So,
yeah.
That's a good thing, though. It kind of makes you want to come back and watch the next one.
That's exactly right. Matthew Anthony, welcome.
Yes. That's another great fisherman right there, buddy.
Had a great video out this week or the last week or something, but yeah.
Got a bunch of great fishermen in here. Roger's in the house tonight. Team Grasshopper Bryant Murphy.
That's a new one on me.
Yep.
Welcome to Catfish Weekly.
Yes. Yes. So, Lyle, I think you got some very interesting results to share with some people.
I do, and I read this to you before the show, and we had to sit down and figure out how this worked out. But Brad Beck sent me the results for the Master Bait and Tackle Tournament Trail results from Saturday, May 8th. And I can't pronounce the name of the reservoir, but it's a reservoir in Indiana. And they had what they call a rinse and repeat tournament. You went out, you caught 5 fish, you brought them in and weighed them, then released them, then you went after 5 more. And if I understand how this worked, you could do that as many times until the time limit on the tournament run out, because the first place team caught a total of 37 fish for the day. And that's a lot of channel cats.
Just by itself.
That's a lot of channels. That's exactly right. And it went on through the weigh-in. They said the bite was very good. All channel cats, no flatheads or blues was weighed in. So I'm going to give you the top 5 and the weights. Now, this is a channel cat weigh-in. You guys pay close attention to this.
10-hour tournament, Brad said.
Yeah, okay. First place team had a big fish of 12 pounds. Peterson and Arnold. They had a total weight of 193.11 pounds. That's a lot of channel cat. Second place was Korn and Sherman. They had a big fish of 11.8 pounds, and their total weight was 186. Third place was Wallace and Wallace with a big fish of 9.15, and their total weight was 151.08 pounds.
God.
Now, fourth place was Lockridge and Kemper with a big fish of 11.05 pounds, total weight of 147.11. And fifth place was DeBusk with a big fish of 10.06 and the total weight of 116.00. Now, these weigh-ins didn't get below 100 pounds until we got to the 7th place team.
That's crazy.
James,
that's crazy.
I'm telling you, these guys put on a channel cat I don't know what you call it. It was an educational course for me.
Right.
I mean, that's a lot of channel cat. Now, I know they have some pretty good channel cat waters in Indiana. but I did not know they had any quite like that. And that's the first time I had ever heard of a rinse and repeat tournament. Now, that's something that I think I could get into if we was on water that you could keep going back out and catching your limit to, 2 or 3 times. That would be a lot of fun.
That would actually probably be the most healthiest way to have a catfish tournament.
Oh, probably so.
For the catfish.
Yeah. Ray Smith has become a new member, level 1. Thank you, Ray. We appreciate that so very much.
Sure.
But I was blown away with the fact of what they was telling on this, and the more I read it, the more interesting it became. And I'm thinking, man, these guys have got it going on out there. Rinse and release. I'd never heard of that. And them kind of total weights on a channel cat term was unbelievable. But man, I don't know where that tournament was at, but if I ever get to the point where I feel like I could be competitive in a tournament like that, I'm going to have to give it a try. That just looks like too much fun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but that told me the daggum bite was hot. That bite was hot. I mean, if the big fish wasn't but 12 pounds, so the 192 pounds, I had 37 fish. What did I say? It had to be an average of 5.6 pounds.
On 37.
That was just an average. That's on 37 fish. You know, we already know he had a 12-pound fish.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm sure there was some dinks in there too, but how many fish up there close to 12 pounds did he have? That's what, you know.
That's right.
That's a good freaking day. I don't give a daggum if it wasn't up but a boatload of dinks. That's still 37 fish is a good day of fishing.
You ain't a kid. I don't care what size they are. If you're catching 37 of them a day, that's a great day of fishing.
Yes, yes.
Now, I know there's more fish than that caught some days, some different areas. But anytime you can catch 30-plus fish a day, it's a great day. It's not just a good day. It's a great day. So,
I agree 100%.
I
mean, how many days are you going to go out and catch 37 brim or bluegill? I mean, really?
Well, a lot
you
of
can.
Yeah, you can, and it's going to depend on where you're at. But that's a lot of fish of any kind.
Exactly right. Now, maybe not crappie. You know, you get on Matthew Anthony's boat now, you know, he'll get 37 first 30 minutes.
I've heard that about him.
Maybe not that fast, but that rascal's that's a crappy snatching son of a gun, though, boy.
Oh, man. I love to catch them, but I'd rather eat them than anything.
You ain't lying.
They are really good eating. But, man, I couldn't get over that, and I thought everybody would enjoy them results. And I want to thank Brad for sending those in to us. Here's a note from Brad. He said the first team weighed in the first 45 minutes of that tournament. Wow.
So they went to their hole, caught their limit, and was back at the dock in 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Oh, man. That would be a blast. Yeah. Yeah. If I ever get a chance to do that, I'm going to have to give it a try. That's all.
That'd be fun.
It would be. That'd be a great time.
You know, I figured somebody would have took up that tournament that Jeff Manning and Richard Warskow has, that Grand Slam tournament. I figured somebody else across the country would have picked up and started doing that. Because Lyle, that type of tournament, just like this tournament you just announced, would be so much freaking fun.
Absolutely.
That, you know, I don't know. I think we need to bring back more fun tournaments. It's become too commercialized. There's too much deception going on from tournament directors now. Organizations trying to make big money off of the little guy, making them pay 2 or 3 times just so they can come out on top. Right.
I've started to lose interest in that kind of stuff when you have to join an organization and pay them money, and then your entry fee, a percentage of that goes into that to pay you money, and the tournament directors has to to charge you, and percentage of that goes into the organizations. Well, the tournament anglers are paying 3 times to that organization, whether they like it or not. And they don't look at it that way. And I do. And I cannot be a part of a thieving organization like that. I just can't do it.
World of Grand Slams in September. I'll post up back on my channel exactly what the date is. I want to say around the 22nd, but I can't remember for sure.
That would be, that's a long haul. I made that haul recently, but that would be a fun one to be in. I mean, it really would.
Yeah, it's Grand Slam events. I'm trying to find out.
Thanks for your support, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Sorry about this. Oh.
We're going to talk about heading to Mendota. There is a large group of us that are heading to Madison, Wisconsin to fish Lake Mendota and Cherokee. And to name a few would be Mark with Catfish and Crappie, Josh and Christina, the weekend angler, my old buddy James Dockery and his lovely wife is going up there. Katie will have to babysit James so he don't whine because he don't catch no fish all the time. Because he's been killing them at home. He's been tearing them up at home.
Yeah, he has.
He has. He's been knocking them out every day almost. And
September the 11th. I'm sorry.
Chad and Dee are going to be up there. There's a ton of other folks. I can't think of all of them. I know Ernie and Chrissy Brown are going to be there.
Ain't the Cross is coming?
The Cross family is coming, and that I can't wait to meet Betty and Brandon. That's going to be a blast in its own. And I know Ace is going to be up there. I'm trying to think of as many. Hooks and Hammocks is going to be there. Parker Pursuit's going to be there. Mo Creek's going to be there. Folks, if I've missed any of you that I should remember and didn't, put it in chat and I'll try to catch them. Dockery says I'm always happy. Last time I seen a smile on his face is when I met him up at Columbia at the Bass Pro Shop up there.
That ain't why they give him the grumpy face all the time, is it? Because he's happy?
That's not why, but that would do it.
Yeah, but me and Wampuscat talked about being able to come up there to the tournament, but we'd have to fly in. Y'all had to pick us up at the airport or something.
They have an airport there.
Yeah.
They sure do.
That's something, I'd love to get in some big old channels like it.
Well,
Lord have mercy.
I was a little disappointed the other day when Jerry, my friend that lives up there, told me that there had been some people taking them out. Lyle, that was when the picture was taken proving you were taller than Joffrey. That is correct. Jerry said that some people have been taking some of the bigger ones out up there and eating them. I don't have a problem with people eating them, but the smaller ones are always better to eat. And that is a outstanding fishery. And if you're going to take fish out of that particular fishery, it should always be the smaller fish because you might never see another one come along like this in our lifetime. Just my opinion. It's not worth anything to anyone but me, but I believe that in my heart. I've been all over the United States fishing channel cats. I haven't been to California, and I know they got some good places out there, but every place else that I've ever been didn't have anything like that, not even the Red River, not even close on the Red River. But the Red River is a great fishery, and I believe it to be better in Canada than it is in the United States, but it's still good. We caught a lot bigger and a lot more fish on Mendota and Cherokee than we ever did. Looky there on the Red River. But that might depend on the day you was there and all the stuff.
you know, I've always said that I like the smaller cats for eating. Not some catfish that's been in that water for years and years, sucking up everything in the water, getting it in its meat. Them little old young fish are better tasting in my book. Yeah, you don't get as much meat off one fish, but hey, I'm after taste.
I have more than one. I would like to stop right now and announce that Hilljack Catfishing is in our chat. Want to welcome you to the chat and to the show tonight. We understand that you have had a little health issue, and we're praying for you and wish you the very best. Hope you get to feeling better real soon so we can get back to visiting with you in chat and talking more often.
Yeah, it was an honor for him to be there at the tournament, come down there to do the video and pictures when my phone wouldn't work. And I just seen that right before the show about him, buddy. I was sorry to hear that, but you're a tough old bird. We know you'll swing through it. And by the way, I did get me a new phone finally, Lyle. You see that?
That's awesome. Hagen Grubb has arrived in chat. Welcome, Hagen. Amazon Catfishing, David Martin. They just keep pulling in. Wayne Smith. We're so glad that all of you have joined us tonight. There's Fishing with the Squirrel. Met him at your tournament. There's not a nicer guy I was around than that gentleman. He's just a prince of a man. I really enjoyed visiting with him while we was there. We're glad to have each and every one of you in here tonight. It means the world to us that we can tell you our things, how we feel about Channel Cat, and read some of the things that you guys put up in chat and let everybody else visit with us too. We had Jerry Parker on the show with us not too long ago, and he will be up there too. There's the Sunfish Assassin. Paula Smith, 2 stands. Ernie's going to be bringing his griddle so we can cook if you are close. Well, I won't be too far away from anybody, I don't think.
Now,
I'm not planning on being.
Now, what is the favorite technique up there, Lyle, for catching those channels?
Well, James, the last time I was there, now granted this was a long time ago, but the last time I was there, we was anchor fishing, and we was casting out chunks of bluegill, about 1 inch square, and fishing Carolina rig. I plan on doing some of that. I also plan on dragging some baits and using some Junior Proctor planer boards, providing the water will allow us to do that. Right. You have to remember that the majority of Cherokee Lake, which is where I plan on spending a lot of my time, is 2-3 foot. Some of it's deeper than that. Some of it's not that deep. But that's how we done it last time, and I plan on doing some of that. But now my buddy James is going to be fishing with Cindy and I, him and Katie, and we want to catch some of those big yellow perch while we're up there. And when they got to talking about how big the bluegill was in Cherokee or in Mendota, we want to spend a day over there chasing the perch and the bluegill. And when you're talking about bluegill that's 10, 11 inches long,
yes,
I got to get into some of that action.
Yes.
You know, I don't care if James catches any of them or not, but Lyle wants to catch a few of them.
Miss Serena's in the house with us tonight.
Welcome. Country Boy Catfishing. Keith Smart, another great guy that comes in and watches all of our stuff. And he is having some health issues also. So please keep Keith in your thoughts and prayers. Setting hooks and crossing eyes.
Yeah. Now that old rascal right there catches some good channel casts too. There's quite a few guys that I see out west that get into some good channels.
Yep.
We no longer see that kind of channel cats here. Hopefully in the future, their DNA will come back and we'll start seeing some bigger ones because, you know, a lot of the waters have changed since the blues and the flatheads got in there. But the same thing's happened out west where y'all have blues and flatheads in there, but you also have some good numbers and good size of the channels. So somewhere along the line, it's got to equal out, and those numbers has got to come back, I would think.
Here's a great comment from Twisted Fishing TV. Says, Lyle, pound that bottom with a 3-way and minnows for perch. Thank you, Frank. I will take that in mind because I want to catch one of them yellow perch. I've never caught one. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think James Dockery has. But we want to catch some of them big ones that's up there, and we're going to try that. And you're right, Frank. That's what they need. They need some of our DNA for these big channel cats out there, and that would be good for places like James's Lake, Wiley, where they've lost a lot of them. But they'd have to start with the bigger ones because I'm afraid them blues and flatheads would eat the smaller ones.
You daggum right they will. I am, but yeah, I mean it's they'll suck them down like it ain't nothing. We got a couple people on Wiley right now that's their beta choice for them big blues is channel cat.
Yeah, and if it's legal, there's not a thing you can do about it. I don't agree with it. I know a lot of guys that do use channel cat for bait. I will not. If I'm going to cut one up, go to all that trouble, I'm going to eat it myself. I'm not going to feed it to another fish. It's kind of like chicken. If I'm going to do a chicken, it's going in my belly, not no fish's belly. I see no reason to ever do that and I'm not a fan of chicken. I just not going to waste it on fish when I can eat it myself. Keith says he broke his back and some ribs, plus had 3 discs removed in his neck and replaced with a cadaver bones. He hurt himself pretty bad. So, yes, I had read that, Keith. I didn't remember all of it, but we're sure thinking about you, and we want you to hurry up and get well fast.
Yeah. But now, Lyle, as far as them perch, we used to have a ton of them yellow perch in Wiley before the white perch got in there. And we found out, you know that old stinky blood bait? It's called Catfish Charlie. I don't know if y'all
I heard of it. Yeah.
Them yellow perch will wear that mess out.
Is that right?
We used to fish with that stuff for them channel cats and use little small treble hooks. And we got to noticing you reel them in and they'd be a piece missing right in between the trebles. And then the next one out there, you'd catch one of them little son of a guns. They would wear that stinky blood bait out.
I'll be damned.
And that's the only other fish I ever seen to eat that mess.
Yeah, I wouldn't want no part of it. Freddie's Outdoor Adventures, welcome, and don't worry. Dieter knows how I feel about chicken. Yeah, I promise you, Dieter knows.
Hey,
Dieter's my bud.
But Lyle, that might be the freaking trick up there on Mendota.
It might very well be, and I'm sure there'll be some people trying it. Mad Catter is in the house. Welcome.
Now, what is the bait fish in them waters? Bluegill?
There's lots of bluegill. I don't know if there's anything other than bluegill and perch and stuff like that. It may be too cold up there for shad. And I know that there's not any skipjack or anything like that. But the only thing I caught the last time I went up there was the only thing I went after was giant channel cat. And like I say, Cindy and I fished 3 days, and we never caught a channel cat under 14 pounds. I hope that's the case again. But if it's not, I understand and know why,
Right. Well, I mean, I'm just curious what the bait choice would be, is to what the bait is actually in the waters.
Well, bluegill is what we caught them on in, like I say, 1-inch chunks last time. So that's what we're going to be. That's what we're going to be trying.
Eddie Hook said no shad, bluegill for bait.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I see that Jason, J-Dog's Going Fishing, is joined us in chat. Welcome, Jason.
And yes, Paula Smith, I did see a picture of that truck. Did you see that she posted up today, Lyle?
I did not. I've been doing
the bed of stuff. It looked like silhouette type of painting of like something from Nam, and then the American flag front end, and then it was beautiful. It looked like it was dedicated to our Vietnam vets.
I'll have to go in and check it out.
But channel cats, I guess we really broke our teeth on or ground our teeth on growing up, fishing with our fathers and our grandfathers, our grandmothers and stuff. And can actually be an easy catfish to catch. But it also can be a struggle too, because the channel cat, he'll fight you all the way to the boat. He'll fight you in the boat, and he'll fight you trying to let him go out of the boat.
Yep. Parker Pursuit says that Mendota is supposed to have a population of suckerfish. Mike Chavez, welcome.
Now, when you in them shallow waters like this, see, I'd be a freeliner, or nothing more than a split
That's not
shot.
a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be a line watcher, but, just a small split shot or something like that, just to help you get a little bit further cast out of it. To me, that is the best the most natural presentation you can have. And shallow waters like that, Lord have mercy. What's the bottom like? Is it a muddy bottom, or is it a lot of these shallow lakes like that are real muddy bottoms?
Yeah, this is pretty muddy. It's got a lot of weeds and a lot of leaves and stuff on the bottom. Just yuck,
Right.
At least that's what was coming up on the sinkers and stuff last time, best I remember.
Right. Slip float rigs work well. Yep. Oh yeah, I'd be throwing my floats out there.
Yeah.
But they can't go down. That shallow water, all they can do is go sideways and tail walk on the water.
I've seen them do that up there. That big one I caught did. He's right behind J.D. Richards to the boat he was in. Him and his wife. I was fishing with Tony up there. And I just throwed it behind their boat to see if I could throw it that far. Like scared old J.D. to death when that sinker stuff hit behind him. He said, I tried to get you to fish down here. I said, I didn't want to. I just want to see if I could cast that far.
And then you caught a big one behind him.
And he jumped up out of the water and started flopping around, and JD turned around and he hollered. And we reeled her in.
So everybody's taking boats.
No.
Except James. James is getting on the boat with you.
James, there's some others. Parker and Rob are taking kayaks. But I guess that is sort of a boat. But I know that Ace and some others are going up there bank fishing too. So
that'd be fun in a kayak up there.
In that shallow water. Now that would be, if I was going to kayak, that's where I'd want it to be. It would be 2-3 foot of water.
I don't know though. That muddy bottom, you'd have to stand up that muddy bottom, boy. You'd be stuck for a while. You'd have to get a boat to come pull you up.
Yep, Hooks and Hammock were also taking kayaks. So it's
that'd be fun.
Yeah, I think so too.
Now, does that lake have like a distinctive river channel in it, or is it just a?
It kind of does, but it's not really prevalent, I don't think. But one of the things that I remember most of all from the last trip was Troy Hansen was fishing with Bobby Vargas, and Troy had a real older boat he'd had for a long time, and he had it up there and it had been raining, and he hollered at me when he seen us go across the lake, and we went over to see what he was hollering about, and they had 6 or 8, maybe 10 inches of water in the bottom of that boat from the rain, and channel cats swimming around in the bottom of it with them.
Dang right.
They might have been a little bit in remembrance of the night before. But they was having a great time, and they was catching the crap out of fish. And when we pulled up beside there, that Bobby Vargas was talking so fast, I couldn't keep up with him. And Troy was almost as bad, but he said, man, you ain't never seen nothing like this. And I looked over in there were 6 or 8 channel cat swimming around the bottom of the boat, and the water in it was halfway up to their knees. And I don't think they had a bilge pump.
Oh.
But they wasn't in trouble or nothing. But
right.
They was enjoying themselves.
Full boat live well.
Yep, that's what it was. It was funny. Hey, there's Dave Garcia. Glad you joined us this evening.
Yeah, Dave Barton keeps telling me there's a lake over here in North Carolina that I need to go with him over, that they can still catch some good channels in there. And I'm going to have to get up with him and go jump on that lake.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's real far from us. Jay Fox Hunter's a new member.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
So anytime you can get on some decent sized channels like that as an average, then that's big fun. I mean, break out your light action rod and reels and just go have fun.
That's right. Outdoor addiction. Welcome. I have to tell you, James, you was talking about that light action stuff. We have some light action stuff that we're taking, but I'm taking for them big channel cat. If we get into the big ones, I'll be using the same stuff I do for blue cat fishing on Lake Ozark.
Dang.
Because them 20-pound channel cats put up a heck of a fight. Now, I'm not kidding you.
Yes, sir.
They really do.
Can't say that. Well, I can't say that I do know, Lyle. I've never got to a 20-pound channel.
Well, I'm just saying they'll fight you all the way to the boat and then some, and they are a blast to catch. They're real dark colored, and their whiskers are big around, and they're so long. They're just an amazing different. It's almost like they're a different breed of channel cat up there compared to what we have down here.
Oh, dang. Might very well be.
Well, I don't know, but they're gorgeous, and they really are. And we got the dimensions off of the one that I'd caught up there before. I always wanted to have a replica made of it, but I haven't figured out how to afford to do that yet. Them replicas are so expensive, but at some point I will have one made of it, and I'm going to take some really good close-ups if I get a big one this time, so they can use the coloration and markings off of it
right
on that one, because I didn't get a lot. I got pictures of him, but they was none very close and close-ups and stuff. But I anticipate us getting several big fish. Maybe we won't get as many as we did last time, and that's okay. I got that. I mean, that was once in a lifetime trip for us. But if we get a bunch of them, that's great. If we just catch a bunch of quality fish, I'll be just as happy, because I don't know where you can go and catch that many quality fish as we do up there.
Like you said, though, your last trip, the smallest fish was 14 pounds.
Yeah, well, that was, like I said, I don't know if we can ever repeat that again.
Right.
But, Frank, thank you so much, and welcome. Glad to have you as a new level 2 membership.
Yes, sir. I had to go back through my 2,000 daggum emails and see if they've offered that to me, Lyle. I don't know how to do that.
They'll send you a thing, and it'll be on your
I wonder if it'll be if I go back through the tool page, if there's some kind of notification on there.
They just sent me a message on my YouTube stuff.
Yeah, but it was an email, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an email, but they give me all the stuff through YouTube.
Okay.
I assume since they give it to me, they probably give it to everybody. But
right, I don't know. It might be watch time or something too.
Yeah, if you got 2,000 emails, you ain't looked at. You might check some of this.
Man, I usually don't look at none of them things. They get about 2,000. I'll go over there and hit a grand slam, get rid of all of them at one time. Because most of them, 99.9% of them ain't nothing but junk.
Well, a lot of them are. I agree.
I just don't get many emails of anything. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, next year we might have to fly. I know I want to go out to Fishing for Freedom.
Yeah.
Are you planning on maybe going next year, Lyle?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That is I'm gonna have to. It's I've missed it too many times. That you've told me about it for quite a few years.
It's quite the event. It really is. Thank you, Chad. And yes, we would love to have you guys hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. It helps us get our name at the top of the pages for YouTube. It's really hard to get to the top of them pages, but all the thumbs up that we can get and all the new subscribers and stuff that we can get means the world to us. And that's what James's Wednesday night show is long and all the shows that if you're watching these shows on any night of the week, whether it be Panfish Nation on Thursday night or the Chad and Dockery with the bait shop or James or Kevin or any of these guys, it doesn't matter. We all need to have thumbs up. We all need to have subscribers and to share our content, because that kind of stuff is what gives us the perks that YouTube lets us have, that gets us to the top of the pages so more people can see us.
And comments.
Yeah, and comments. Comments, they count how many comments, and that goes towards your algorithms. So anything that you can do like that, we're thrilled to get it from all the viewers. So just keep that in mind, if you will. And if you're watching other shows on any other night of the week besides what we do, be happy to share some of the stuff and subscribe and hit that thumbs up button, because we all need it so we can grow our channels to bring you more and better content. And it doesn't matter if you're watching a show, if you're spending your time watching it, you should be hitting the thumbs up, and you should be subscribing and sharing some of that stuff for other people.
Because we work, Lyle, we work at keeping good content and reaching out to people, bringing guests in.
Right.
It's we don't want to bring something and we don't want to bring bad information to you.
No.
What we're talking about tonight about cat as channel cats, the information that we are giving you are actually information that is tried and true, tested.
That's correct. And another thing is, it doesn't matter which night of the week. We now have Catfish commentary. I guess that's what you would call it. Every night of the week, you can watch. Any night of the week, around 7-ish Central Time, you can turn on a YouTube channel and there'll be someone visiting about Channel Cat. I can remember when I would beg for a catfish content 2 or 3 times a year. You was lucky. A lot of times it wasn't that much, and it was so disgusting to watch all them ditch pickles getting caught, and we couldn't find a real fish getting caught no place. But it's changing. It's not on TV, but we can watch catfish content 7 days a week, and we can watch YouTube videos of people catching catfish every day.
Yeah. Well, YouTube is the new TV, Lyle.
Well, it is for me.
It is for a lot of people. Yeah. A lot of the youth no longer watches TV. They got their face in their tablet, their computer, or their cell phone, and so YouTube is the next TV. They even get their news through YouTube,
and better news, more quality news.
Got that right.
Bad cat or catfishing. Drive careful if you're leaving at 8:30 Wednesday night to come to Mendota.
So that's a 9-10 hour drive for you and Cindy?
Yeah. Depending on how many times we stop.
Right.
But
y'all all be safe. Go up there, have fun. And put in chat if you're in here and you're going, who all's going live. So we that don't get to make it can take notes and make sure that we look for the alerts to pop up that you are going live.
If me and Dockery get into it on a boat, I'm sure Katie and Cindy will have that live.
Oh, yeah. Please do. Please do. Yes. Cindy and Katie, if you are both listening, please do.
Well, I figure that we're going to have a great time with James and Katie. I know James is really looking forward to this, and I'm excited for him to get to go up there and join us. I think it'll be a wonderful time, and I think we'll all catch a lot of fish, and we'll all have a really good time.
Yeah, I got a feeling it's going to be pretty entertaining.
I would say you're right. And I know that Chad and Dee will be going live. I think Mark's planning on going live. We'll be going live. And a bunch of these other folks will, I'm sure. Hey, there's 812 in there.
Yep. Oh, Joe, I talked to him yesterday. He's getting back on it. He finally got his boat straightened out, and I'm going to go catch us some fish.
Chad says I may go live and do a drive-by of throwing chicken at Lyle and Dockery. The boy is right. The boy is not right.
Well, that's better than getting a banana thrown on your boat, like me and Jeff.
Not
Big
much
Nasty
difference.
got happened to us.
I don't think there'd be much difference.
No. But see, I'm not superstitious, but Big Nasty is, and he took very offense of it. I thought he was going to walk across the water and choke slam somebody.
I absolutely is dying laughing today when David Martin posted that video. Fixed a man a breakfast and he farted on the bacon. What? What kind of deal was that? Them two are absolutely having too much fun in that boat.
They have come to a great friendship, and I am so glad. Yeah, Lyle, that's a part of doing what we do that a lot of people don't realize that we get the benefits from.
That's right.
Is seeing friendships being made because they met on our channel or on a tournament that we put together or something that we had our hand in. We love that. It is an honor for us to have a hand in maybe you making a lifetime friend through something that we're doing. That's a bonus.
Right. That's a home run.
Yep.
M&M Lawn Care. Thanks for joining us. Glad you're enjoying all the shows. 812 says good flathead video coming out Thursday. Y'all better take notice.
He told me that he hadn't got the flooding water this year. He normally does, because his other videos, he'd be fishing up in the trees in that flooding water. Said he didn't get quite the flooding this year. So is that something, channel cats do the same thing. Anytime there's flooding water, they're looking for night crawlers. They're looking for anything, bugs, larvae, whatever is getting washed out.
Yep.
Because what was that? Old Larry Moose talks about all the time when that floods up there, they fish up in them daggum, the troughs that goes into the fields and stuff.
That's right.
Said them catfish will be loaded, slammed down full of worms.
That's right.
And stuff.
That's right. And if you get to when it starts draining out and the water's dropping, everybody says you can't catch any fish, you just go up below one of them drains out of the field into that creek or river and sit there with a ball of night crawlers on your hook and throw it right down below where that creek water's draining into.
And hang on.
You got it.
There's the cat queens in the house. Mike Greenwell just dropped in.
Got a video coming out tomorrow morning and Friday morning. Kind of been piling videos. Looking forward to it, Mr. Greenwell.
Well, that's something I'm getting ready to get started back on, Mr. Lyle, is producing some videos. I'm looking
forward to that, too.
I've got to. If I can remember how to cotton pick and do it.
Oh, I bet you can.
Yeah. Mine always kind of look live anyway. There ain't too much cutting and pasting with mine. It's kind of about you get what you get.
I like that too.
I'm just ready to get back on the water, Lyle. I miss it.
Yeah, I bet so.
Larry Neal.
Sitting hooks and crossing eyes. Yes, sir.
Larry Neal's in my neck of the woods. Does a good job. Gets some good fish. Good guy, good people.
That's what
he come fish the tournament with us. He come down and fish the tournament with us, Lyle.
I met so many people down there, James. The only ones that I can remember for the most part are ones that I was familiar with online.
Right.
I didn't know. I may have met them and don't remember it. And I hate that, but that's just kind of the way that works out.
Yeah. Well, I found out one thing, Lyle. I went and looked at the spot that I was hoping we'd be able to run the tournament from. They don't have a boat landing there at that state park.
That's too bad.
Yeah, because they have campgrounds, beautiful area, big walking trails. It's just like a big old giant nature park, but no boat landings. And we could still do it over on the South Carolina side where I had my first tournament, and people could still camp there. And I did find a couple more campgrounds around that area I didn't even know was there. So that's probably where we're going to end up at.
Okay.
I just want to let everybody know that's in here that I was looking at McDowell Park and it's out. I mean, it might be a great place to camp and for families to go like during the tournament or whatever, but M&M Lawn Care, thank you, buddy.
Thank you so much. So go. Thanks for joining us tonight. Glad to see you in chat.
Now, Lyle, on them channels, I've noticed something since I've got back into catfishing again. Some of my old channel catfish holes that we fished many years ago before Mr. Flathead and Blue got in them waters, seems like that I start catching some flatheads in some of those same type of waters. Does that seem like to you that they might have a correspondence to the same type of structure?
I believe so. I believe so.
I mean, I don't think they're going to hang out there with a big flathead laying in there because they'll get eat, but
that flathead's not going to be there 100% of the time.
Right. Because that's for years we caught channel cats in brush and big log laydowns and stuff like that. And now those same homes, I go in looking for the flatheads.
That's right. Thank you, Creole. We appreciate it so much, Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Good luck. Oh, I know. He's a hoot, man. Yeah. He is a hoot. Sure. And I think that his lovely wife Laura would be just as much fun to meet as Jeremy would be.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I hated they wasn't able to make it up to the tournament. He was wanting to come, but she got a promotion, so
hey.
When you take on a promotion, you can't just run off in 2 weeks to go.
So if you've got a job and you think much of that job and they're treating you right, whatever you got to do to keep it these days is what you better be doing.
You daggum right. There ain't nothing. Well, family comes first, Lyle.
That's right. That's right. Creole says one day, folks, he'll be up there. There's no question he'll make it one of these days.
Yep. Yep. But guys, please post up plenty of pictures and videos and live feeds from y'all's trip to Mendota. A lot of us can't go, won't be able to go. Please share it up so people can experience maybe not get the smell and the feel of the slime, Lyle, but we can feel y'all's excitement.
That's exactly right. That's 100% correct. Yes, Mike Greenwell, I did see your little fish you caught bumping. Oh man,
just a little one though, wasn't it? Just a little one.
Mike put that really good content. We're real glad to see some of that stuff. 1 pound, 4 ounce blue cat, 3 mile an hour current. surprised he could go fast enough to keep up with the current.
I'm cotton picking, no doubt. Lyle, that bumping, what do you think is going to be the next big thing for catfishing?
James, I have no idea, because I would when bumping started becoming prevalent around me, and we started learning how to do it and figuring out better ways of doing it before most of the country knew about it.
Right.
I thought, man, there'll nothing ever top this, but it seems like there always is. I'm a huge fan of dragon baits behind a boat on lakes. One of my favorite ways to catch fish on lakes. But that bumping, if the water's warm enough and the fish are in there, if I'm on a river that's got current, I'm going to be doing it. That's just the way it is. Big Slim One, welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. You almost missed us because we're getting ready to cut off here in just a little bit. There's going to be a Mark with Catfish and Crappie. He's going to be coming on here in a little bit, and he's also going to be talking about going to Mendota and types of bait and tackle to use for channel cats.
Right.
So
that's something I always wanted to do many, many years ago when it wasn't up the channels in there, was being able to drift or troll from dam to dam on Lake Wiley.
Yeah.
Follow that river channel from dam to dam and just see what I could get up. Now, nowadays with the new trolling motors and the gear that we've got now, that is possible. Back then, you was kind of at the mercy of the lake and the wind.
Thank you, Brandon. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. I don't know why you can't get in the members thing. I can't find any reason why you can't, but however, and we thank you regardless.
Yep.
I got a Kuma Citrix 364 on eBay for $100, 25-pound max drag. I cannot imagine why anybody would ever need that kind of drag. I know a lot of people do it and want it. I never run over about 10, 12 pounds of drag on anything I got, and I got some reels that'll kick it out. I just see no reason for it. Tim Molina, thank you so much. If you let the action of your rod and the drag on your reel do its job, you don't need all that. You just don't.
Now Wampus Cat, he'll fish a lot of vertical into heavy structure, and he cranks down on those 7,000s.
You might have to
just to get those fish up and out.
Yeah.
Once he does that, he lightens up on it.
Yeah, I can see that being a deal, but for me, I just don't see it.
Yeah, that's where you talking about people talking about, well, I broke a hook when he got next to the boat.
Joe says he don't need that much, but it's capability.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
If you gotta have it, you got it.
Yeah, you got it. Better than having too much than not enough.
Well, if you need it, there's nothing to replace it, but I just don't need it. Like I said,
on your thumb.
Oh man, I've had blisters from that. I don't like that either.
Oh, yeah, it's but I mean, you got that tight drag. If you forget to loosen that thing up and that fish gets close to that boat, that's where people break leaders. That's where people break hooks. That's where people break their swivels.
That's right.
Especially old Flathead, when he gets up there and he might have dogged you a little bit, but when he sees that boat for the first time, oh, you can count on that hard lunge.
Yep. That's a fact.
He's gonna try to take you to the bottom with him.
Well, listen, we want to thank everybody for joining us in chat tonight. It means the world to us that you guys spend your Monday evenings with us and not watching baseball or football or some soap opera that was taped for earlier in the day to watch at night. You guys being in here and joining us every Monday night means the world. Be sure to tune in to James on Wednesday night. Be looking forward to some videos coming out of Mendota live. We will also be doing, Dockery and Chad will be doing the bait shop live from Mendota this week. And Mark and I will be doing Panfish Nation from Mendota this week. So After you watch James on Wednesday, you got who's on Thursday?
Rogers tomorrow night.
Rogers tomorrow night.
Thursday is James Docker and them.
And, oh yeah, that's us. Thursday.
Yeah. No.
Mike
Friday.
Greenwell's on Saturday. I don't remember who's on Friday. It's hard to keep up with them anymore.
I think two stands. Ain't it two stands?
It's Tan and Creole.
Stan and Creole. Okay. Yeah.
We've got so many coming in. It's hard to remember them all, but that's a good thing. And then Kevin and Abbott are on Sunday. And then we're back here next Monday night. So be sure to pick you out some things that you want to watch. Thank them for being there. Give them a like and a share. If you really enjoy their content, subscribe to their channels. It means the world to all of us. And thanks for watching Catfish Weekly.
Good night. God bless.